Need an honest review on a TRX4? How about a 1,000-mile review? Find out what broke, find out what was replaced. Right here today on Radioactive RC Ranch.
Just get those wonderful toys.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We have got a great one for you hardcore crawlers out there. We have got the TRX4 Traxxas Bronco 79 model, arguably the most popular crawler in America. This Traxxas Bronco has just rolled over 1,040 miles. So I thought, what better time to do a review than over 1,000 miles? So let's find out what broke and what needed to be replaced during that journey in order to make it a good, fun, reliable crawler. So 1,000 miles, guys, that's like crawling your Traxxas TRX4 from New York to Chicago. I mean, can you believe that? We have actually taken the time to calculate the miles on this particular model. I don't normally do that with all of my RCs, but this one was a little bit special because I have put a ton of miles on this rig, and let me share with you what exactly it took to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the body. All right, so this TRX4 is pretty much your basic platform. It has your shiftable transmission. It's got your lockable differentials. So there's nothing special about this. This came from the factory the way it is. All right, we have added a few things that make this not only a great product, but it needed it to make the journey and some of the rough terrain that we went through. The first thing that broke on me, guys, was the steering servo horn. I don't know if we can see up in there. There is a metal horn now. That plastic one, I think they have actually corrected it in the new Bronco, but I believe that needs to be replaced immediately, guys. The second thing that failed on me were the shocks. Now, it wasn't a total failure. They just began to leak, and anybody who's got some nice RCs doesn't want a leaky shock on their shelf. So I have chosen to replace all of my crawler shocks with the Yaw Racing Desert Lizard sealed shock. I highly recommend these shocks. They are on all of my crawler trucks, and I just can't say enough good things about them. I really think that these shocks had a big part in making this a worthwhile crawler over the last couple years. One of the other problems with the Traxxas models is they don't have bead-locked sealed wheels. They're plastic wheels, and the rubber that comes with them, it just breaks down over a short period of time, really. And you'll get the foams, and they'll become uneven, and the tire will become slightly warped, and it won't have its nice round shape. Especially if you like doing the kind of work and the kind of crawling that we do on the ranch. We put these RCs through everything. There's nothing that we won't do with them. So the tires and wheels, the shocks, and the servo horn are the only three things that have broken in over 1,000 miles on this Traxxas TRX4. Now, that being said, there's a lot of things that we've added, so let's start with the inside right here. We have added a steel spur gear. I don't keep any plastic spur gears on any of my rides. We have replaced that. We've also replaced the factory pinion with a 9-tooth. It's a very low tooth pinion, but it provides a lot of torque when you've got that added extra weight of batteries and metal bumpers and everything. You need that extra torque when it comes to those things. You also have a metal support in here. I don't believe that plastic motor mount should be left in there. You need to really replace that with a metal one right there. As you can see, we've got a heat sink with a fan and a kind of a nostalgic carburetor filter right there. So that's kind of a cool thing to add, but I am a real big believer in keeping your motors running cool. If you keep this motor running cool, it'll last you for a long time. Speaking of that, this is the original motor, guys. This motor in here has been over 1,000 miles. So take care of your motors and they'll take care of you. I have also added a fan onto the ESC. If you've ever run 3S on one of these rigs pulling a trailer, these tend to heat up a little bit. So I added an extra fan onto this. I really think that's a good option. I have also rigged up a second battery here because when we go crawling, we go crawling. We go out into the bush and it could be, you know, you just never know what you're going to run into. So I always have a couple extra battery packs. And it also adds a nice little bit of weight, keeps the center of gravity down. So one thing I believe this rig absolutely needs is skid plates. As you can see, we've got skid plates from the front to the back. I think that is an absolute worthwhile investment. Also, while we're under here, I wanted to show you what not to replace. I had originally gone with some metal drive shafts right here, and they will leave you stranded. They will break. It's only a matter of time. The factory Traxxas drive shafts I have gone back to. Love them. I'm going to continue with these plastic drive shafts until they break. Over 1,000 miles, guys, we're still on the same ones. So I think you can see how these skid plates really take a beating if you really drive your RC. Of course, we've got the original shock links and everything underneath there. The original portal axles I have not gotten into these axles one time. Really a great rig. Now I do have some metal. We got metal bumpers underneath here. I've got some tiger tails, as you guys have seen in my past videos. Of course, we got the metal bumpers back here. You got a really nice body here. You don't want to wreck it by leaving those plastic bumpers on there. Put some metal on there, add some realism. We've got real metal beadlock wheels, and if you look real close, they are just like the Ford factory wheels minus the little red stickers in there, which I'm sure you could vinyl up pretty easily. These tires that I have gone with, the All-Star Hobby tires, I love these wheels and tires. These tires are on all my crawlers. I have a surplus of these tires. They are the tallest 1.9s that I can find, and I believe these particular tires are probably about 600 miles old. Gosh, it's weird saying that, but yeah, these tires are 600 miles old. We've got some metal running boards on the sides here, and you might be wondering what this is up here. This is an actual toolbox that I have trail tools in. Every one of my crawlers has got its own real toolbox. I can't tell you how many times I've been on the trail and have broken down, and I don't like to carry a big kit with me, so this has got all my Allen wrenches and, you know, zip ties, everything that I could possibly need on the trail. So that being said, I really highly recommend that you guys go through this transmission. Don't let it intimidate you. This transmission is very easy to work on. It needs plenty of grease in there. I was really shocked when I cracked open the case and found that there was hardly any grease inside. I think I used almost a full tube of ProTech grease inside there, and that was an absolute worthwhile task. It keeps the bearings running smooth. There's nothing more annoying than a squeaky bearing on the trail. So that is an absolute worthwhile task to do. You might be looking down here at the ESC wondering what this is. This is how you can turn on the rig without taking the body off. I really don't like taking the body off. This is a real pretty body, so every time you take it on and off, there's always risk of scratching it. So I've got this little button right down here that allow me to turn the truck on quickly, easily, without removing the body. Also, I have the magnetic body up here. This is probably one of the best upgrades you can possibly do. It adds realism. You don't have those nubs sticking out of the body. It just clicks down on there very, very easily. As you'll see here, you got a real positive snap, and it just allows you to get that body on there and get it smooth, secure. It's just a well worthwhile upgrade. Of course, we got the factory TQ Traxxas controller. I love these controllers. I've never had a problem with them. They always have good reception. I've never had one fail. I've always had good luck with the receivers. But that is pretty much it, guys. There is not a whole lot that you need to do to these rigs. They are near bulletproof just the way they sit. And I just couldn't resist doing a 1,000-mile review on the TRX4. What a worthwhile crawler. In fact, I love this crawler so much. We have got several of these on the channel. I can't wait to share them with you guys. This is just my all-time favorite crawler, whether it be in the 6x6 configuration, the new Bronco, the old Bronco, the Range Rover. The possibilities are endless. They've got different bodies for them, tons of parts, arguably more parts for this RC than any other RC out there. It just really does the job, guys. And this car provides more miles per hour for me and my family than any other RC rig out there. So take it for what it's worth. 1,000-mile review, guys. I don't know where I have seen a review like that, but that is an honest review on the TRX4 Bronco. Thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate you guys watching the channel, and we'll see you RC nuts next time.